Okay, September 18th. Today in 1793, George Washington laid the cornerstone for the United States Capitol building. Um, it would take nearly a century to complete the Capitol. The basic part of it was completed within 10 years, but in 1850 they decided to add the dome and major expansions. And over time, because the dome was so heavy, they had to do some redesigning of some other pieces, and it was almost 1900 before the actual building as we know it today was completed. There were some other minor things done in the 1950s, but for the most part, it was completed in around 1900. So George Washington, being the first president, the Capitol was never actually in Washington, D.C. when he was president. The Capitol was in New York City. So he's the only president that didn't live in the White House and didn't basically work in Washington, D.C. His whole time was spent in New York City. Now, the Capitol underwent some major renovations after the War of 1812 when the British burned the building. And so there's massive damage to the Capitol building during the War of 1812. So it had to be rebuilt. And at the time housed the Library of Congress. Today it still holds some Library of Congress items, but there's an actual building for the Library of Congress. And also the U.S. Supreme Court was in the Capitol building for a long time until in the 20th century they built the U.S. Supreme Court building. So that's what happened today. In 1793, George Washington laid the cornerstone for the United States Capitol. I'll see you tomorrow.